What's up, everybody? I'm Eli. Welcome to Eli Trades to Win. I am a husband, a father of three. I love playing basketball, love playing video games, and I'm a day trader. The purpose of this channel is to start, documenting my progress as a trader, showing how I grow, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about how I started and how I got to this point. So my process, I guess the start of my journey started in 2020. COVID, I think, had just happened. So everybody's kind of in their house. The world's a bit shut down. I am outside of my parents' house playing basketball. My neighbor comes over to chat to me. Well, we play a couple of games, and he starts talking to me about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and how it's essentially going to take over the world. He also talks to me a bit about how he trades forex with this group, and I think that catches my interest as a young person especially, who's trying to figure out what he wants to do, how to make money. Long story short, I got sucked into a multi-level marketing scheme. The purpose, I guess, of it was that they wanted to, I guess, market trading, but the real money was supposed to come from recruiting. I never actually did the recruiting, but I did try to take the trading seriously because I thought it was a good way to get rich quick. I left the group once I realized I didn't need to pay a subscription fee to lose my own money. So, uh, I would say for the next 1, 2, maybe 3 years, I did lose quite a bit of money. I spent, a good bit of my time trading forex, speed running every rookie mistake that you could possibly make, oversizing, revenge trading, gambling, basically just trying to hit the lottery. Eventually, called a spade and stopped trading for a while. Just got too frustrating. You put so much money into something, and it just gets hard to lose that much money at some point. Tried other things, went to do other jobs, but the trading never really left my mind because even with everything that I had lost, I love the aspect of it. I love the idea of building something on my own. I love being my own boss. I love this concept of an infinite pool of money that I could pull from if I just got good enough at doing it. So I would say around 2022, I kind of came back to trading. Started trading options actually. I joined a Discord group, started taking signals, took a couple of pretty big wins that showed me, what's possible, kind of encouraged me to keep going in this. Definitely lost thousands of more dollars. And ended up leaving that group because I think one of the important things that I learned is that I can't trade other people's ideas. If I'm going to make money, it has to come from me. It has to come from my ideas and my own system. Um, yeah, so I would say, I keep trading. I trade options for a good while. I think in around 2024, I had a pretty good run. I started like a $500 options account, and I remember this very vividly. I can still access the pain of it. I turned $500 into $10,000 in, I think, 3 or 4 days. Um, 'Cause I think that Friday I didn't trade. I started on Monday, get to the 10,000. Friday I don't trade. I thought I figured everything out. Thought, I was on my way to being a millionaire. Next Monday hits, market opens, and very quickly I turn that $10,000 into $0. So obviously I'm devastated, but I think even with that, I kind of knew what was possible as far as like being a trader in the markets. I knew I could have taken that money. I could have, you know, taken $10,000 out. I turned 500 into 10,000. And the only reason I didn't is because mentally I was still a very much a rookie trader. So the market gave me a good lesson. I paid a pretty good tuition for it. And then, I kind of kept trading on and off for a while. And I would say I keep doing that. I take a break maybe from options up until May of 2025. I started trading futures and I learned about prop firms. And I genuinely wish I had known about prop firms when I started. I think I could have saved myself some money. Still would have lost a good bit of money over the years, but definitely would have, I think, been a easier learning curve for me if I had known about it. So I would say my most recent cycle as far as getting into futures. Went full time into props in May. You know, blue combines or evaluations for I want to say a good month, and then finally passed one. Passed the combine, got my funded account, blew it the very next day. I think within like the first two trades. It was probably 30 minutes after I got the account. Remember passing, activating the account, took a couple trades, gone. So I go back to combines, more combines, more combines. So let's say we get to about September, and I've passed a good bit of combines by now. I understand how to do that. Um, but what I don't understand is how not to blow them the next week. Until I finally passed one more, and I finally get it right. I don't blow it the first week. I set up actual risk management tools, start walking away once I hit my loss limits. And I think that first week on this combine, I'm actually down about $500. Not too bad, but definitely a step up from where I've been. So even with this, my mental game is kind of shot, but I stuck to my system. Try not to gamble. Try not to oversize. Try not to. Uh, what is the word I'm looking for? Revenge trade. Try not to revenge trade. And I kept trading. I just kept at it. I kept that account. And I know that month, was kind of a rough month until eventually I had a $2,000 day. So I'm up. I think the next week I make like $5,000. I'm feeling good. The next week I make, I want to say like $8,000. I can go back and look, but I know I've had an $8,000 day before on this funded account. So I do pretty well, I would say, from September to December. Like I'm just balling. I'm on top of my game. I'm trading well. I run up my funded account to around 40 to $50,000. Again, I'll go back and get the numbers, but we'll say at least 40. And I start taking my payouts. I think the max payout with the firm I was working for was $5,000. So I take out around $20,000 of payouts between September and December of 2025. So that is the first, real money I've ever pulled out of the markets and hit my bank account. So pretty excited about that. You know, Definitely I think showed the progress and growth in myself as a trader. So I have this money that's in my account. Still have my funded account. December comes around. Markets slow down. I assume the institutional players go on vacation. I probably should have went on vacation too, and I actually did. But while I'm on this vacation, I continue to trade. I trade a very choppy, very slippy, I assume, very illiquid market, and that's a lesson in itself. But I blow the account in December. This account that I've pulled $20,000 from. So yeah, blow that account. Should have been, relaxing and vacationing with my family. I'm too busy sitting there, trying to make money, kind of going back to my old habits. And I think, at the end of that cycle, that account's blown. I think that time period really taught me two things. One is that I think I can do this when I follow a system that's anchored in risk management. The money is there for me. That's exciting. That's something I definitely want to keep striving for. Definitely something I'm going to keep pursuing and reaching for. And number two, I think I'm done renting funded accounts. If I make 40 to 50 grand, I want to keep 40 to 50 grand. I don't want to give half of it to this firm that I was working for. So that's where I'm at right now in my journey. I'm running my own kind of combine on a demo account. It's going to be similar rules to what the firm would have, but just not paying them the subscription essentially. So it'll be my rules, my parameters. When I pass it on my end, I'll be funding myself with my own capital. I'll be going live with my own money, live trading. And I'm going to be starting to document every single step along the way. My buddy Pablo, who I met at UPS, he is my media manager turned risk manager. I have my wife. She's also in my corner. She, is also I guess, the other half of my risk management. And yeah, we're gonna make this happen. So this channel is Eli Trades to Win. It's not going to be, a guru. It's not going to be signals. It's not going to be a course. It's pretty much just going to be me. It's going to be the normal family man. I've done every hustle and job under the sun. Um, Always trying to make day trading my full-time profession. And, I'm going to be showing you guys every step of the way. Show you the wins, show you the losses, show you the trades, the mindset, the psychology behind trying to do this without, losing yourself in the process. Um, I've been in what I assume is most of your shoes. If you've lost money, blown accounts, chased the wrong dream with the wrong people, I made this channel for you. I'm not ahead of you. I'm right there with you. Mine has recently just started showing signs of life, so I'm really just starting to push into it a bit more. Please hit subscribe if you would like to ride along, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.